Clocks by a Pie King. June 10th, 2012. Goldenrod City, Johto. Dear Diary, today I got a digital camera for my birthday. I feel so happy because soon I'll be leaving on my journey to explore the Pokémon world. When I leave, I'll be very prepared because I got 10 Pokeballs, 2 Great Balls, and a sparkling new bike. It's red with white, so it matches my Pokeballs. I have to go now, it's party time. June 14th, 2012. Goldenrod City, Johto. Dear Diary, I'm writing you because today I finally saved enough money for that new Pokegear and that cute skirt. Now I can call my friends, text everyone I know until my thumbs fall off, and I'll be able to find my way around in Johto without having one of those big annoying maps that barely fit in your bag. Yesterday my mom caught a nasty cold and she'd been coughing all over me this whole day. Yuck. June 19th, 2012. Goldenrod City, Johto. Dear Diary, it is finally time. I am leaving on my journey through Johto today, and I am very nervous. In a bit, my father will send out for me with his Goldeen to find the Professor Aspen on his little island. He will give me a choice of a few Pokemon, and that Pokemon will be my companion forever. Can you believe it? I just hope he has Pokemon I like. I get to choose my Pokemon first because I won with Grass, Fire, Water. Hehe, suck it, Celia. June 19th, 2012. Goldenrod City, Johto. Dear Diary, I just came back from Professor Ashen's with my new Pokemon, Litwick. It's just the cutest little ghost candle. Celia chose Joltik, which I have to say is also a little cutie pie. Professor Ashen also gave me a Whimsicott to bring to the cotton farms. He said I could use it in battle, but only when it's really necessary. June 20th, 2012. Goldenrod City, Johto. Dear Diary, I have started on my journey, said goodbye to Mom and Dad, and just started going in the direction of Azalea Town. To the cotton farms. Fun little fact, since the Johto regions are the largest grasslands, most of the farm Pokemon are brought here from all the regions, even Unova. Celia found a hut in the forest that surrounded the path to Azalea Town, so we're staying there for the night. The hut looks abandoned though. I wonder if anyone still lives here. June 21st, 2012. Elix Forest, Johto. Dear Diary, when we woke up this morning, there was a man in the hut. Naturally, when I saw him, I was startled awake and asked him what he was doing here. He said it was his hut, but he didn't mind us staying here. I was a little freaked out by the man because he kinda looked like a hobo, but he was so nice that all my judgment just flew away in the wind. He saw my Litwick that happened to be stubborn enough to sneak out of her Pokeball in the middle of the night. The man said that he had something, a little flute that worked like a sleeping powder if you blew it for ghost Pokemon. I was amazed by how well it worked, and I felt a little bad for constantly making Litwick fall asleep. June 24th, 2012. Azalea Town, Johto. Dear Diary, it's been a few days since I've written you, but all's going well. Celia and myself have stayed in the Azalea Town Inn for 2 nights and explored the town a little bit. Everyone here is very friendly, and yesterday when I was searching the forest for some berries, I caught a Chinchou that was swimming in a pond. Celia already caught a Caterpie yesterday. Caterpie doesn't seem to like me very much, since I've still not got all the sticky bug stuff out of my hair. We are now going to Violet City to see the ruins of Elf. June 30th, 2012. Violet City, Johto. Dear Diary, we've finally gotten to Violet City. I never thought I'd be so happy to just sit down. Celia and myself are now going to the ruins of Elf. Oh, and before I forget, I have some good news. Litwick evolved. It is now a Lampent. It's not as cute anymore, but it sure is a lot stronger. July 1st, 2012. Johto. Dear Diary, Celia and myself went to the ruins of Elf today, but when we went to stand near one of the walls, I fell down a hole that I apparently hadn't seen. I fell quite a ways down and I see no light. Celia must be looking for help. I'm not sure I can get out of this place on my own. I'll explore for a bit and search for a way out. July 1st, 2012, Johto. Dear Diary, I'm still stuck in this place. It is dark and all the light I have from my Pokegear in my bag with some berries. I found some strange handwriting that looks a bit like letters, but it's blurry. My Pokegear has no signal and I'm scared. I found a few paintings of a Celebi and various ghost Pokemon on the walls. This place seems to be pretty old, so when I get out, I'll report this to the museum so they can send archaeologists. July 1st, 2012, Johto. Dear Diary, I am still stuck in this barren hole, and I'm fairly sure that Celia's efforts to find help are still going, and I am being searched for. I've deciphered some of the readings on the wall since I had nothing better to do anyway. What I've gotten so far is, in the woods where the guard of time lies, there is a pain far worse than Pokémon should ever witness. He who disturbs the balance of time will know that doom is upon him while it arrives. He who values his life above curiosity shall not find what is hidden. Next to this are a lot of pictures of a Celebi. Sure enough that I am very creeped out. I hope I get found soon. July 1st, 2012, Johto. Dear Diary, I found a bright room behind some vines and it is completely made out of nice and clean stone with some green sorts of gems. I think I'll rest here for as long as I need to wait. There is a big stone chair in the middle of the room, with a little statue of Celebi on top of it. The chair seems big enough to sleep on. I'm gonna take a rest. July 2012, Johto. Dear Diary, I've just woken up from a rest full of nightmares. All day/night, I don't know. I've been seeing Ghastly and Haunter all night. They were all going to some kind of clock tower. For some reason the clock tower looked like it's not a very nice place. At all. I'm scared to death down here, and I'm just hoping that I get found soon. July 2012, Johto. Dear Diary, this room is a tomb. I just realized that the big room with the chair in the middle is a tomb, and I don't like this at all, and I want to get out of here as quickly as I can. I looked in the grave to see if it's like one of those movies with the stairs in the grave, but instead, I saw a half-rotten away body with a pocket watch in his hand. I grabbed the pocket watch and it still runs. Since the battery on my Pokégear is empty, I'll have to rely on this for a time. It seems to work normally, though. July 2012, Dear Diary, I am very scared, very cold, and I don't know if this is even Johto anymore. I clicked on the button on top of the pocket watch and I am now in a giant graveyard surrounded by a big pointy fence. There is only one path, and that leads to the clock tower I saw in my nightmares. There are a lot of ghost Pokémon here, and I'm trying to hide from them. This graveyard is creeping me out, and I'm pretty sure all of this was just a product of insanity. I must still be in the cave I fell into. July 2012. I've been attacked by several haunters, and there's a big cut in my leg because I fell on a rock while dodging a will-o-wisp. I'm at the entrance of the clock tower, and I'm going in. If I don't survive, or commit suicide, and someone ever reads this, please bring this to Gyarados Lane 39, Goldenrod City. July 2012. I am at the top of the clock tower and all I see is broken down Pokémon. It looks like they've been tortured or had to do physical work they can't possibly handle. Here at the top, there's nothing but a big clock that is destroying my eardrums. I can barely hear anything except for the loud tick-tock, and it's driving me crazy. I don't know what to do. I'm wounded by ghost Pokémon attacking me. The ground under my feet feels like it's shaking, and all I can do is lay down and wait until something happens. July 2012. I am hopeless. A wounded Celebi just appeared and told me that time is out of balance and this place is gonna collapse on itself. I don't know what happens now, but what I do know is this will probably be my last piece of writing. That was Clocks. Final thoughts? Overall good. This was a pretty unique idea for a Pokémon creepypasta, I have to say. I haven't read anything like this before. I had a lot of fun reading this one and the recording just flew by. That's not saying the story is without its fault. There were some grammatical issues that I'm not sure why they weren't fixed, like the I's not being capitalized when they should be. Also, this really didn't have to be a Pokémon story. In fact, if you entirely took Pokémon out of the story and renamed all the locations, the story would be almost the same. The Pokémon didn't really affect the plot, they just play a role in the filler text. If you were to get rid of the Pokémon, replace the Celebi at the end with just some old man, and even get rid of the Haunter attacks, it's pretty much the same story. That being said, it's still an enjoyable story, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Pokémon elements need to be shoehorned into every story whether they fit or don't fit, I'm just saying it would probably work just as well without having Pokémon. That's it for this creepypasta. Tune in again next Saturday when we tackle yet another Pokémon creepypasta written and sent in by the fans, with room for one, please. If you want to write your own story, help peer edit a story, or even just read the stories early, check out the description where you'll find a link to the creepypasta section of my forum. You'll also find a link to the playlist of every creepypasta reading I've done. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, sweet dreams.